13 years ago, on a short bus in a small town in Washington, two idiots met. A bunch of stupid stuff happened. We want you to listen to those stupid stories.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We have a very special guest for you guys. We got our good friend Sam down below. Sam, say hi.
Hey.
So Brent and I met Sam, how long ago now? 10 years?
11?
11 years?
It's 11 years. I met her my senior year of high school.
Yeah, right before. It was like right after our junior year.
Yeah.
Nice summer.
And we met at a very interesting party that I threw where a lot of dumb shit happened. We call it our personal hangover story. Brett, do you want to kick that off? Did you hear me, Brent?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to break down this story. Where do you start with it? Because at first the party started out pretty mild. It was like you, me, Cade, Leo. Everyone's just hanging out, having drinks. Ray showed up. Ray, of course, brought more alcohol because he is our bartender professional. If you want to get blackout drunk, he's your guy.
Yeah.
And then
I'm surprised he hasn't killed us.
He's gotten close several times.
I know.
And I'm sure at some point people will be like, look, we need to have him on because you keep mentioning him and not specifically having him on for this kind of feels weird. But then was it you went to Tacoma to go pick up a couple people because you left?
Yeah, I think I picked up.
You picked up Stevie.
What the hell were their names?
No, it was Chloe, Maggie, and me.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
It was Chloe.
Right. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then you had that one dude show up who
David.
Wolves, and you had that other guy with him. What was his name?
That was his name. Okay, I couldn't remember his name.
There was one more guy though. What was the other guy?
Other guy.
Shay.
Yeah. All super cool people. Everything was pretty chill for the most part. Cade and Leo left because they thought the party was going to be boring. Little did they know.
Yeah.
And things got out of control very quickly. Sam, what was your initial impression of the party and the people there?
Well, okay, nobody warned me about Brock, which, was a surprise. They were like, our friend Brock is coming to pick us up and take us to the party. And I'm like, okay, awesome. And then here's Brock, and I'm like, oh, nice. Hi, Brock, what's up, man? I was, whatever. So I was like, I wonder how he drives. And then I got to watch him drive. He's a great driver. He does a good job.
Yay.
So at least what I remember. Yeah, remember, I'm a 17-year-old girl, so anybody who can drive at that point's peachy driver. So we show up and it's there's a bunch of dudes. There's a bunch of dudes. There's no other sausage fest. But I mean, I don't know. Everybody was super chill and nice. It was just, I don't know, just a fun time right away. But it was super laid back at first and kind of slow. I think we played beer pong or something like that, and just kind of hung out and talked.
Beer pong and bullshitted, and then Ray. I think that's when Ray showed up with all the hard alcohol, and that's when shit went down.
That's when it
because everyone's playing beer pong, we're hanging out, and then I think everyone started doing shots, and then next thing everyone went upstairs. And I think Ray brought his Xbox. And for whatever reason, we thought it'd be a great idea to play Halo.
Yeah, I remember this. And it was very hard. It was drunk Halo is not my forte.
That's all Brent, Ray, and I did was play drunk Halo.
I remember the maps very vividly because learning things when you're drunk is difficult. Yeah, we get it significantly often enough to where it's I've got this. I can be okay at this.
But and then what I remember is I asked Ray to make me a Jack and Coke. And then he fills a red Solo cup to the pretty much the brim with Jack Daniels, and just puts like a little splash of Coke and goes, "Here you go." I'm like, great, and I'm like already half in the bag because I just played like 3 games of beer pong, and then I remember going outside to have a cigarette with David, and I basically, for whatever fucking reason, chugged this solo cup of whiskey, and then he said something, and I jokingly threw my cup at him, but it actually hit him, and then I woke up.
Oh, for those that are unaware, Brock had a tendency back then to black out significantly often, especially when Ray bartended. I would also black out because Ray just wants to kill us. I very much convinced this. But Brock was very hammered. He came back upstairs. He joined the party, I want to say, for like another hour. And all of a sudden, you're like, I'm going to go to bed, guys. He went to the bathroom, probably yacked out part of your soul. Everyone was still partying, having a good time. I don't remember what I was busy with, but I was busy. And then, like an hour later.
It wasn't me yet. I know that.
And then you came back out of the bathroom, out of your room, in your box.
Yes.
Checking on everyone's. How's the party, guys?
Hey, good. Is the party good? Brock, put pants on. Are you having fun?
Brock, put pants on. I'm having a good time.
I think Maggie like escorted you back to bed at that point too. It was like, come on, Brock, let's go back to bed.
Like a mother escorting a very drunken child. Go.
Yeah.
It's like Maggie was very, very good that night for mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did not get nearly as drunk as all of us. Like
No, I remember Chloe was throwing back shots like it was nothing. I kept trying to drink because I was trying to be like, I was still in high school, junior going to senior year. I was at that point, I was like, I gotta impress people. I gotta show people I can drink. And I left Ray in charge of drinks. And
that's where we fucked up.
Ray, a bottle pull isn't a sip. You gotta at least take a gulp. What? No.
Yeah.
And everyone's just spent more and more time getting more and more progressively drunk. And I was like, I was pretty much gone by the half hour after you were done, Brock. I was pretty blitzed. And I still kept throwing back drinks because it was like, a whole bunch of girls here. I don't want to look like a wimp. I'm going to keep throwing back drinks. This is
girls. Whole bunch of girls. They were just everywhere. Crawling
how our normal parties are. Yeah. It was fantastic. That was a show out for us. And
that's fair.
And then we just kept doing drinks. It's like, then I remember telling Ray I'm not going to do any more shots as I did another shot.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I remember that too, actually. Yep.
And then I don't remember much else, so you'll have to fill in the blank.
Yeah, you'll have to fill us in because
better than
our memory
of us.
Oh my gosh, I don't. Okay, so by that point, when you were like, no more shots, I was also just gone. But I remember we had disappeared. And things had occurred, and then I came out of the room for some like get water or something like that. And then Ray was like, "What are you doing? Take another drink." And then like I went upstairs and sat there for a while he was like watching a movie or something and like drank a little bit more. And then I came back down the stairs and David was like, "What are you doing? Come here." And I was like, "No, I'm trying to go lay down. I'm tired. Like I just put in some work. I'm super drunk. It's time to go to bed." And so then I sat with him for a while. I don't even know what we were talking about, but like he was up. So that's why I'm pretty sure it was him. Like everybody else was Maggie was passed out. Chloe was passed out. Shay was passed out in the living room with
Chloe
David.
Was with
so
David was with Shay.
Well, Chloe and Shay, I think like did stuff, but then Chloe went and fell asleep with Maggie.
Okay.
I think, if I remember correctly.
No, because it was Steve. It was Stevie and Maggie in the guest room when I woke up, and then it was Shay and Chloe on the couch.
Okay,
I remember that much.
Okay, yeah. I remember somebody was in with Maggie.
Yeah,
and then David was just like, I don't know. He was he was up, like I said, and then I went back to bed and didn't go back to bed, but went to bed. And then woke up to which one of you motherfuckers put this fish in my bed? And that was Brock waking us up. And at the time, what I had thought were the two Italians of the party, but really just the only Italian of the party with Brock, he's accusing of putting the dead animal in the bed.
Because I was like, what the fuck? And at first it looked like a little anchovy. So I didn't even know we had anchovies in the house. And then I walked past my sister's room and all I hear is squish, squish, squish. I'm like, oh, that's not fucking good. Sure enough, I opened the door and her fish tank is shattered. And I was like, that's definitely not good. And she also has more than one fish, can't find the other fish. And then I realized the hamster's dead.
I forgot about that.
And it haunts me to this day. I still have a lot of guilt over this. And yeah. And I'm like, oh fuck, my parents are gonna kill me. Because they were coming home like that day. Yeah. Or yeah, the next day. And no, it was that same day. But later in the day. And
no time to get a new hamster.
Yeah, I know exactly.
The old switcheroo.
Fucked up thing is, and I didn't notice this, my mom had to point this out. It was shot with a pellet gun.
Oh yeah. I remember
That's
you telling me about
cruel.
I know,
Like,
it's really fucked up.
It's unhinged, man. That's
Yeah. It was super fucking dark.
what was that hamster's name?
Oh, I can't remember.
Darn it! I feel like we need to make like a little memorial.
I'll
Living
text
with
my
humor
sister.
in honor
So when
of-
this drops, it'll just fade out to in memory of whatever the hamster's name is. And
was there a
and what-
yardstick in the room?
we found
too?
that yardstick in her room.
Mm.
Yeah.
I was so confused about that.
We were like, what the fuck is going on? That was bad.
How did you
And
explain
we-
it to your parents?
Oh yeah, I've heard that one.
I called them. I fucked up. That's literally how I started it. My mom's like, God damn it, what the fuck you do? I was like, well, I threw a party and things got a little out of hand and Anna's pets are dead.
I shouldn't be laughing. I really shouldn't be. Poor animals.
I know. No, and I'm only laughing because I feel so guilty, and that's how I go through shit. Like,
Living with you.
oh my God, it was terrible. And then we spent the rest of the day cleaning and trying to figure out what exactly happened.
Mm. It was a long couple weeks trying to delve into that investigation of what transpired. And I was of no use because my memory shot in and out throughout the night. It's like I remember throwing up in your parents' bathroom and people trying to force feed me bread. All I hear is women's voices. I had no idea who it was. I don't remember getting
It was
back.
probably Maggie. Just like, I gotta take care of another drunkard.
Yeah.
I don't remember getting into your parents' bed, which again, sorry about if your parents hear this episode. So sorry. Don't remember.
Oh,
about
my
any
parents
of
are
that.
going to disown me after we drop this podcast. I already know.
So I apologize for that. I don't remember getting there. I remember waking up just butt naked. Just all right. Kind of one of those rollover. All right. Okay. Not alone. Pretty happy. Good situation. And then all of a sudden, like the morning transpires for a little bit longer. And then I hear your knock on the door very formally.
Oh yeah, that's true. There was a little coffee in
Because
the
I
morning.
was so pissed.
and then I was like, come in. You walk in. I'm pretty sure I'm either just got underwear on or I'm still naked, just like under the covers. You're like, come with me. There's a fish in my bed. I was like, okay. And then it just kept getting further and further convoluted of just the pellet gun, the fish. Wasn't one of them in your toilet?
No, this is another fucked up part. We found the other fish. Anna found the other fish. It was placed with her animal statues.
Forgot about that.
That's so
'Cause she-
dark.
I know, because she loved collecting those little miniature animal statues, and so she had like this shrine of animal statues, and she's sitting there looking at it, and all of a sudden she sees her fucking fish, and it just broke down again. I was like, God damn it!
Sorry, Anna.
Oh my god!
I
If she
didn't
needs
mean like I'm
therapy
that-
later, just send me the bill. Like,
Yeah, right. Like,
I think
Well,
most
I'll
of us
pull
need
in
therapy
for
from
it.
that night.
yeah. God.
And then
I
it
should-
just kept getting worse and worse, and people started leaving, and like, God, there was just alcohol
everywhere.
I remember when
Everywhere.
we got up, we started cleaning the kitchen because there was beer cans everywhere, and there was just like beer just dumped on the counter and stuff. It literally
Yeah.
looked like somebody was just like one for the homies, you know, like
Yeah,
all
right.
over.
It's probably the fucker that shot my sister's pets.
I'm telling you, I think it was you know who, because he was
Yeah.
up. He was up. That was some
Well, if he was the only one up, it had to have been him.
because
But now the
Well, no,
question
it
Shay
is,
was
him-
getting laid.
him and Ray, but Ray would never do anything.
Ray,
like that.
yeah, Ray would never
Hold his
do something
liquor.
like that. Yeah,
No.
Like you know, but he was out obviously by the time it happened. So
yeah. So he was just by himself. Got bored?
I mean,
everybody's
That's
asleep, so
some-
he's like, "Let's go kill some animals."
it's like I can
Yeah, I'm
account
gonna go
for
kill-
who
that's some
was with
serial
who,
killer
so it was
shit.
like I was preoccupied. Stevie was with Maggie. Shay was with Chloe. Ray would passed out on the armchair that
I was
he
with the
always
fish,
sleeps in.
apparently.
You were with the fish. That leaves one person unoccupied.
One person unoccupied,
Yeah.
and I'm telling you, he was the most awake out of all of us,
It
and like the
has
most.
to be him.
I don't know, man. Something sketchy now that I'm putting things together about us all getting very blackout. I mean, I don't know. I know we were young and everything, but I
Yeah.
feel like we got a little too blackout for what we were given.
You think the dude roofied too?
No, I think we would have. I think we would have known, but I think that
Yeah.
he was purposely getting us
That's the
drunk
point.
and wasn't drinking either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
because he
remember doing
wasn't. He
shots with
wasn't
him.
drinking very much.
I did
No,
shots
he
with Ray,
really
like,
wasn't.
twice.
But he wasn't. Yeah, he wasn't drinking that much. Like I don't think he. I think he played like one round of beer pong, and like we all
Yeah.
played multiple rounds, but he played
Yeah.
like one round of beer pong. And
And
like,
he kind of just sat there and smoked his cigarettes on the deck.
if he's listening to this, we're not trying to be rude, man. Okay, but
We're saying
it's suspicious.
something's a little fishy.
You were
and not
acting
the dead ones.
There's something about this guy.
Yeah.
He's just a
I wish-
skinwalker.
Yeah. God, I wish I
We
remembered
needed cameras
his
for that
last
night
name.
to just account for like where everybody was. We'll just put them in the hallways.
too
That would have
bad you
been
guys
like
didn't have
perfect.
like a nanny cam.
Right?
Oh, I know.
Your parents actually are like, well, actually, Brock, we
Actually.
we can find out what happened.
Yeah. No, I'm sure if they did have one, they would have showed me that day. But fuck, that makes sense now. Because you're right, he wasn't really drinking.
No,
And he was
just
kind of
outside
acting
smoking.
he was kind of acting weird the next day too, if I remember right.
A little residual guilt.
Well, the one day that I hung out with him, just me and him,
Yeah.
he was an odd cat, and the people that he was friends with were really, really odd people. And like, I'm not a judgmental person. Like, I hang out
Right.
with hippies and homeless people with no problem, you know. Like,
Yeah.
but they were just not good energy, I guess. Like from that perspective, like
Yeah.
they just didn't seem like good people, really. So I don't know.
Okay.
After that night, I was kind of like, yeah, I think he definitely was the one who did it.
That's so fucking weird. Now I'm just curious as to the fucking motive.
Man,
Other
that
than
night will
he's
live
a
in infamy
psychopath.
forever.
I really wish I
what-
remembered his last name so I could look up to see if he has like arrested now and like in jail for something. Like,
He was
That
really the
murder.
guy who was killing the cats. Like,
yeah, right. Oh, I forgot about that.
yeah, that was
You're talking
him.
about
I know it.
Olympia. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Hi, PETA. How you doing?
Yeah, this episode's sponsored by PETA.
Sorry. None of us did anything if it makes you feel
We
better.
love
Yeah.
the animals.
I do too. I love animals.
The cat and the dog survived the night.
Yeah, thank God.
Oh my gosh. I think I
Thank
would have, if
God.
you woke up and you were like, somebody killed the dog, I would have made everybody sit down and be like, all right, I'm calling. Like, we're doing this.
Yeah,
Brock's walking around with a baseball bat. Just
I would have had my gun at that point.
Italians on the case.
Yeah. I would have started waterboarding people if that were the case. I really would have. God damn it.
While we're talking about sketchy things that Italians do, let's talk about that taste of Tacoma. Because like the three of us were there and Ray was there, and that was an interesting taste of Tacoma, if I remember correctly. It's the only one I've ever been to, because that day was just sketchy enough. I'm like, I'm not going back.
Never going back.
It was, well, because it was full of gangbangers and drug dealers, pretty much.
Tacoma
and cops, ironically enough. And then the second we get there, we're like, all right, let's go get some food. And we're walking, and this dude, clearly slinging something, goes, oh, shit, what's up, Brock? How you doing? I'm just like, fuck. And I want to clarify that it's not because I was using, it's because I was dealing drugs at the time. So we all knew each other. Oh my God. And it was constant. There was like, what, 5 different occasions that happened?
There's 5 different occasions, and one of them was Colazzo, if I remember correctly. That dude was...
Oh, I fucking forgot about him.
He just showed up and was just waving at you, having a damn good time. And I'm like,
Yeah.
It's like, so this is what you do when we're not hanging out, Brock.
Yeah.
I really get you out of a lot of trouble. Hang out with the boring Irish kid. It helps out.
Yeah. That for sure. I was not a good kid.
What food did we even try? Like, I know we had barbecue at a certain point. Like,
my favorite thing to get, and I'm pretty sure I got it then, is that giant ass turkey leg.
The turkey
leg was almost as big as you.
Yeah, I know.
I always get the alligator.
Yeah, I get the gator too.
The gators.
And then, and then that one place that has the mac and cheese. That was the other favorite of mine.
Oh yeah, that was mac and cheese. I was still super, super picky eater back then, so I was like, mac and cheese and barbecue was like the only things that I was like, I'm interested. It's like I couldn't drink, so I was like, well, this is boring. There's nothing to do.
Yeah. I think that was like the one time we all hung out and we didn't drink. It's because we were in public and couldn't sneak you guys into the beer garden.
Yeah, because you and Ray were old enough to drink, and we weren't.
We were standing on the other side, and you guys were right there.
We were like, all right, as soon as somebody doesn't look at us, we'll hop the fence. But didn't end up happening.
No.
They're on it. They're on it.
They knew just by probably looking at us like, yeah, this guy can't grow facial hair to save his life. He's not old enough to drink.
That girl looks like she's 12, so.
Everyone looked pretty baby faced for the most part. Brock didn't even have that much facial hair at the time, and Ray.
No, I didn't really grow a beard until I was like 20.
Yeah.
Ray looked super young. I mean, Ray still, from what I know, he still looks super young. So
still super young at heart and still attempting to kill me and Brock at every turn.
Oh yeah. He needs to be on trial for attempted murder.
But also, we should be on trial for just not checking who's in charge of drinks every time. Because he's always like, I'm bartender. And we're always like, no, that can't happen. And then usually we get a little buzz, and then he starts doing it, and we're already buzzed. So we're like,
and like, all right, here you go.
This is fine. I don't want to pour drinks.
Just feeding you shots, pouring them line after line.
Yeah. Or
you tried killing me on my 18th birthday.
Giant solo cup. Like,
I will say the times that him and I hung out, we didn't drink that much, like maybe just a little bit, but we didn't drink that much. Which is
he's always very responsible with him, and we have zero dirt on him.
Yeah, I know. That's the sad part.
Sorry, guys, I got nothing for you either. I can't even help you. He was a gentleman, he was a scholar, so that's all I can say,
One of us in the 3 in the group had to be the gentleman and the scholar, and I'm happy.
It wasn't you, so no offense.
we had the criminal, the retard, and then the gentleman and the scholar.
I feel like that's offensive to people that actually have conditions.
They're like, this guy doesn't represent us. Below us.
Holy shit.
That That was an interesting day. Just
That was
everything overall, and there's so many weird stories, like mini stories that happened within.
Oh yeah,
day. You're just like people kept telling us stuff, and you're like,
I just can't get over the fact that it was like every corner we turned, there was some dude slinging something, and they were like, "Oh," and they were like all happy to see me. I'm just like, this is really making me look bad.
Well, the thing is like it's not even necessarily profiling, but I mean, how many people did you know of that were under 5 foot that were doing the things that you were doing?
Nobody.
You're a man of your own kind there.
Yeah.
Sometimes being one of a kind is not what you want to be. Sorry, single medical lineup. That guy.
Yeah, that guy was that one. Everybody else is like 6 foot, so that guy.
Yeah.
I can just imagine you in the background. Fuck you. Sizeism. And you're like,
I gotta be careful.
Sir.
I don't like admit to too much.
Looking. What the hell, man? These guys are up there.
You just looking. Shit.
They got me.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I hope I don't get like legal trouble because of this podcast, because I just keep admitting this shit.
No one asked you to volunteer any of this information. Also, I just want that on record. It's like even
Well,
I
okay,
have managed to skate
but
around
if
some of the more questionable
one
stuff
of the
I've done.
topics
Like,
was-
yeah, I was doing this, but that's not important. Just keep it going.
Yeah, but in my defense, one of the topics was, oh, we went to Taste of Tacoma. All the drug dealers knew Brock. And I was like, well, I got to make sure they don't think I'm an addict. So I guess I'll just admit to being a criminal instead.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right. Was it the statutes? What is it, or something like that?
Oh,
Like
statutes of limitations.
Yeah, statute of limitations.
Past
You know.
10
Yeah.
years, so I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
I mean, what happened 10 years ago? Does it really count?
Nope.
Well,
Yeah, but that'd be one of them.
Yeah.
Wouldn't. Anything else for the Taste of Tacoma anyone wanted to mention?
it was
No,
just
that's-
a
no,
weird
that's all
day.
I-
It was cold
yeah.
and rainy. I
Yeah.
don't know. It was
Super
weird.
overcast. It was like just warm enough you needed a hoodie, but just cold enough that you were like, this is kind of weird.
Yeah.
It was just one of those days. It's like
Yeah.
I think I was still pretty hungover. So I was like, I don't
Well, we all
be
were.
living right
Because
now.
we were at Ray's drinking the night before.
Because it was so much easier. It was like, we'll just go from Ray's
Yeah.
house to Taste of Tacoma, and then Ray got us drunk again. I'm like, oh,
Thing I want to
feel
know is
good.
how did we end up getting all this booze? Because like none of us were 21.
That's a good point.
Um,
Did Ray have an ID, like a fake ID or something?
No, he never
I feel
had a
like he
fake
was
ID.
always
he just had people for this.
He had one friend that I know. If we called him up and he wasn't working, he would help us out. But that was like on rare occasions.
Yeah, because I know on rare occasions, from time to time, Ray would be able to get stuff. Like back when we were in high school, and every so often, people would be like, "Hey, I know you have this XYZ dollars.
Yeah.
No, bottle's gone. No big deal. Nothing to worry about."
Yeah, we had a little.
I was the
alcohol.
intermediary for whatever reason. Yeah, put the idiot in charge of negotiations. Good job, guys.
Yeah.
Our current
I do know we
government.
stole. I do know we stole cans of beer in Four Loko before.
Oh my
Four
goodness
Loko,
gracious!
no. Oh,
Yeah,
Loko,
yeah,
man.
Four Loko.
I'm glad we never had a Four Loko night together because
no,
I don't know what happened. Man, that would have been real bad.
No, I know. Me and Four Loko do not get along. Just like me and
Yeah.
Tequila also do not.
And
get
that was
along.
the old school Four Loko too.
When
they
it still
changed
had
the-
the energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it became illegal.
That's how you know you're old. Yeah.
I know. Fucking A.
Single solitary tear.
Need some eye cream, guys.
Yeah, Jesus.
You're gonna ruin my makeup. Pretty much.
Being 30 sucks, just letting you guys know.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we're both almost there. So
I know. I'm just giving you a warning.
Still got like a year and a half. It's fine. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
yeah, holding on to it strong.
Yeah.
Brock, did your
I'm
friend
still
Uncle
20,
Tony
I'm
have
still 20.
anything to say before? For the
Oh, I'm
fans?
sure he's always got something to say. So I guess we can cut to commercial and hear whatever bullshit he decides to spew.
All right, Uncle Tony.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is your Uncle Tony, here to impart my wisdom amongst you fine people.
Let's see who today's special person is.
Hi, Uncle Tony. Just had a question how I can get better at having conversations with people and like making eye contact with them. Thank you. Love the show.
Hey, nephew, thanks for the question. First off, you got sheriff. You're bumming me the fuck out. That might be your problem, why you can't talk to people. You got that sad tone in your voice. But I got some homework for you, okay? I'm going to help you fix this. Uncle Tony's got you. First off, you're going to get a small loan of about 2 G's, all right? Then you're going to go to your local strip club. You're going to hang out there for a couple of days because the good thing about strippers is as long as you keep paying them, they're forced to talk to you. They have to talk to you. And, you know, if they get bored and leave you, even though you're still paying them, got them on that payroll, then you know you really got a fucking problem, all right? Secondly, after that, you're going to graduate to the next step, which is to get a hooker. That way you can pay by the hour, might save you money, I don't know how expensive. And what you're going to do is you're going to find one. And then you're going to take them to a hotel. You're not going to touch them because you don't want to catch some shit you can't get rid of. And then you're just going to talk to them. Ask them advice. Be like, hey, do I suck? I'm paying you to be honest with me. Sometimes they'll be honest, sometimes they won't. Depends on the hooker. But you're going to pay them, you're going to ask them, hey, what do I need to work on to be less awkward and autistic? I don't know, maybe you're not autistic, maybe I'm just a dick. But hope that helps. Hope you get better. And be sure to let me know how things go. All right, that was a great question. Can't wait for the next one. Make sure you submit your questions to livingwithhumorbooking@gmail.com. Check us out on all our social media, and let's see what the boys have to say.
Get away. And we're back. Thank you for your wise words of wisdom, Uncle Tony. I'm sure the fans will appreciate that. And again, livingwithhumorbooking@gmail.com will be where you send your Uncle Tony questions, and he will answer them to his best and fullest. And I'm sure it'll bring you guys some little nuggets of wisdom to live your life by.
He also does shout outs too. So if you want to give somebody a shout out on our podcast, use that same email and Uncle Tony will be happy to do that.
Uncle Tony's definitely a character for sure that came about very, very organically, much like the story of how we went to the Canterwood pool, the three of us, and then things kind of got pretty weird because like it was the three of us. Maggie was Maggie there? Yeah, Maggie came along.
No, I think it was just Stevie.
It was just Stevie. So it was just the
No, because I've never hung out with Stevie. Just me and Stevie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So then it had to be at least just 4 of us or 5 of us. Kind of vague on that. It's like, you know, the fun part.
Yeah.
Well, that happened 11 years ago. Let's see what my brain can remember accurately.
Right.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, alcohol was not involved that day too.
No, it wasn't. I mean, we were hungover, but
oh, we were feeling it. And of course, you know, us being the dipshits that we are, we're like, hey, come hang out with us. We're going to go hang out at this pool. It's super popular. Tons of people go to it.
Yeah.
Super
and then we get there and nobody's there.
And it's literally just the lifeguard
Yeah.
and us. And everyone's looking at us like, what the hell are you doing here? And we're all just having a good time, hanging out. I think we spent I want to say 90% of our time, in the hot tub?
In the hot tub.
Because it was like we went out there. Everyone came over from Tacoma, so it was like we got to at least make it worth their while. Because at that time, going back and forth across the bridge was something you didn't really fancy doing. All that.
Oh, we took the bus to get there, and then I think Ray came and picked us up. Like he came and hung out, and then we went back to Tacoma or something.
Ray did hang out for a little bit.
Oh yeah,
you're right.
I forget about him. The one friend in the group that can swim.
Yeah.
Which you're just like
like a shark too.
Man, I'm pretty sure he swims significantly better than either of us ever will.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like I am a doggy paddling champion. But as far as
about all
swimming,
I can do.
Nah.
Yeah.
Like Brent, get under the water. I'm good. I want nothing to do with that action bust. Like we all hung out in the pool, and there were a whole bunch of kids' toys just lying out for whatever reason, strewn about. And us in our, near adulthood stupidity figured, you know what?
Nice way to put it.
We're going to take one of these things and we're going to make it our own. So, Brock, you want to take away the rest of that story?
Yeah.
Right there?
So, was it me or you that swiped Steve?
Hi.
Okay. Yeah. So, Brent.
I was the one that's good at theft at that time. I was like,
Not better than me. Not better than me.
Because I'm not Italian.
That's not something I should be proud of.
You don't have the sleight of hand like we do, huh?
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, no. So Brent steals this alligator, and I don't even know why we thought it was the coolest thing on the planet. But I was like, oh, I know what I'll do with it, and I put it on my dashboard, and it just sat on my dashboard all summer. And then like, we should probably. I can't remember why we tried to take it off. But
you actually had a date. You had a date, and you're like, I don't want to have this alligator on the hood of my car.
That's right.
Explain to her what's going on.
Yeah, and it was fused to my dashboard because it had been sitting in the heat all summer.
The plastic just melted on the top of the Mazda, and you're just like.
So I was like, oh, fuck. All right, well, I'm going to have to explain this. So I pick her. I forgot it was a date. And I pick her up. And then she goes, what's with the alligator? And me being quick on my feet, I go, that's Steve. He's my navigator. And she just looked at me like I was the biggest dipshit on the planet. I was like, yep, all right, I'm not calling her back.
Because like the reason that Steve even like got there, we tried removing him. Brock at that time had no idea how to clean a car properly. Like his car was a clusterfuck of clothes, energy drinks, and God knows what else lying in the back. So every so often he'd pull up and be like, I got somewhere I gotta be. Can you help clean up my car? And I'm a neat freak if people haven't figured that out about me. So I was like, of course, I got better. Bring a trash bag, and I just started throwing stuff in there. Is like, what about Steve? And he's like, I love him. I just need to put him like in the glove box. I'm like, okay. What's it? Like, dude, he's not moving. He's stuck. And I just remember the look of panic on your face. It's like, dude, this girl's way hotter than me. Like, she's out of my league. What is happening?
Yeah.
I have to explain that how I have an alligator on the hood of my car. A little plastic child toy just melts in the top.
Navigator. That's brilliant. That's so brilliant. I love it.
I wish she thought so.
Yeah, see, if that girl was like me, she would have been like, oh, yep, we're in.
Yeah.
This is happening.
Chemistry. Undeniable. Like, good sense of humor. We're fine. And I think for the longest time, I think that Steve survived up until the car accident that ultimately killed the Mazda, right?
Yeah.
May he rest in peace. There's a whole episode about how
in memory of Anna's hamster and Steve.
In memoriam.
Another animal that Peter's going to be mad about.
This one is a toy.
It is a toy.
Like, I grabbed it because I thought I was cool. I was trying to impress people we were hanging out with. It was a thing. Just let it be.
I know. And what says I'm cool, like stealing kids' toys.
Like stealing kids' toys.
You know what, sir? You know what? I will have you know I am a gentleman and kind of stupid. Ray is the gentleman and a scholar. We've already heard it here first.
Yeah,
Ray has that title, and I mean, there's zero dirt on him, so I mean, you gotta get it to him.
I know, it's really
we're just praising him, and he's not even here. Are we that afraid of him?
Yes.
He's got a lot of dirt on you guys.
Yes, he does. Sure. Well, me specifically, because I've known Ray since 5th grade. So
I only met Ray when he was a junior in high school, so I've had significantly less time, but we have a lot of history together because like whenever Brock got super, super busy, me and Ray would just be hanging out drinking, or I'd just be hanging out with him while he ran errands for his aunt and stuff. It's like we spent a lot of time getting to know each other that way. I was still the idiot in the group, no matter if we added a third, a fourth, a fifth member. I was still always that person who was too young to be there.
Yeah.
But just funny enough to hang out with them. People still give this side as like, can't you grow like facial hair? It's like, dude, at the time all I could grow was a mustache, and it's not a lot.
And do you remember what you called it? And we roasted the shit out of you for it.
No. What was
you said? Oh, it's not peach fudge. It's AstroTurf. We're like, you fucking douchebag.
Thank God I can grow facial hair now. But God, back then. And then Sam can attest is like, even when we met, baby face as hell, no shave marks, no nothing.
Nope, smooth. That's
Smooth.
my face, man. Like,
The only thing you
baby
shaved
face
was
assassin.
there was
the only-
some fur down there, if I remember correctly. But you know,
That's nice.
the only fur you can grow was your body fur.
That and my legs. I got like Chewbacca legs, man. Like
Fucking me too. It's ridiculous.
I remember one time I shaved my legs. I was like, "Yeah, this looks kind of weird. Never again. Never again."
Yeah.
For some reason, I was like, I saw soccer players with shaved legs, and I'm like, "Yeah, that could be a look for me." Did it once. I'm like, "Nope. Everything's cold. I don't like this. The itch is unbearable. I don't know how women do this. I'm so sorry. Society has made people do this, but I just
gotta keep doing it.
Yeah.
If you don't, then it just gets itchy and prickly, and it sucks.
I'm like, nah. That
sounds horrible.
Yeah, it's terrible.
It's why I like tippies, because they're like, whatever, don't worry about it.
But that will lead us into the next story that I was not privy to. I've only heard bits and pieces from you, and I don't know who can corroborate what's going on. So this is another one of the exciting reasons why we had Sam on. So she can corroborate how you met a ceiling fan.
And a china cabinet.
Yes. And you weren't the only one that was going to meet that man's fury that night either. That was crazy. That was.
I wasn't the only one that met his fury that night.
No, he almost tried to fight my boyfriend at the time. He tried to fight my boyfriend at the time because he was like flirting with me, and my boyfriend was like, "Hey, like you're getting past the point of comfort," and he was like, "Back off," and Walter was like, "No, you back off." Like, he was like, "I'm not trying to fight," and then Jacob stepped in, the little brother stepped in and was like, whoa, like calm down, like you don't need to be fighting anybody, like this is especially because that boyfriend was like the most peaceful pacifist, like
I remember him being cool. I like him.
So chill, such a chill dude. So it was just wild to me. I was like, whoa, this is
this is a side of him I've never seen before. Like, what is this?
No, that was a fucking weird night. So like this is what I remember. I remember first off being super excited. This is the first time I've ever been invited to a kegger. So so I get there, I'm like, oh yeah, I see all these people, and I'm drinking, and I'm talking to some dude about the new Eminem CD that dropped or something. And then I remember hanging out with Chloe after that. And then I remember Chloe getting super drunk. Mm-hmm. And from what I remember, this is what I remember. I remember Matt kind of being creepy about it. And I was like, I'll check on her. And then he just like snapped. And that's
exactly like I remember I was playing beer pong. And then somebody came out and was like, Sam, like you need to help your homeboy. And so Walter and I ran in, and like he had you up into the ceiling fan. And this was another time when that boyfriend, oh sorry, did you just cut out?
For a split second.
So we had ran in, and he had like had you up like, Savinia, you know, and like you were going into the ceiling fan, and I was like, what are you doing? Mm-hmm. And so he put you down, and he was like, whoa, I'm sorry. And you were like, what the and you were freaking out. And then you got really sick, and so you went and did your thing and came back feeling better.
Probably head trauma made me sick.
You can rally.
And then we noticed you were bleeding, and so then one of the girls there was like, well, should we call the paramedics? And I was like, whoa,
hold on.
Whoa. And somebody else was there, and they're like, no, don't do that. I was like, we got it, like we can figure it out. And so me and his younger brother had like tried to put like Neosporin and mend you and like make it so it stopped bleeding and stuff. And then we were like, do you want to go to the hospital? And you were like, oh hell no, like I'm way too gone to go to the hospital. So we're like, okay, your decision. So and then you went and like passed out, and I was like, should we be letting him pass out?
Yeah, that was bad.
A stubborn
But
Italian?
he threw me into a china cabinet at some point too, though.
I think he threw you into the cabinet, and that's probably when they came and got me. And then you went up into the fan. But
okay.
I remember you were freaking out because you were like, he was trying to touch Chloe.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Sorry.
Like,
You're
Chloe
good.
was hella
No,
cool,
that's
so
what
it's
I
like, if
remember.
anyone
Like he was
touched her,
being
I'd be like, yo, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, no, like you were pissed about it. And I think
Yeah.
that's after we had the confrontation with him,
Yeah.
my boyfriend and I, but his younger brother and I were homies, so he convinced me to like stay. And there was a bunch of people I knew at the party, so they convinced me to stay. But it was like it was bad. That was a bad.
Oh yeah.
Like, the only
That's
thing
when I
got
slowed
was
down
the
on my
phones.
partying was after that.
That was
Yeah.
a really wild
Yeah.
night because it was like everything was cool, everything was fine.
Yeah.
It was super chill. Like, I know my headphones suck. I hate them. It was super chill.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, I can't remember who it was
He
either.
just
It was
snapped.
I think it was somebody I went to high school with. She had like come out and was like, Sam, like your friend. Oh my gosh. And so yeah, he like it seemed like he was just angry, and like we were all trying to calm him down. Well, they were trying to calm him down. I was trying to take care of you because I was like, that's my brother. Like, I gotta take care of him. I don't give a fuck about this guy. Like, I need to take care of him and stuff. So but yeah, you were bleeding and it was bad.
Yeah, that was rough. And I was pissed about it for a while. And you know what really pissed me off is, do you remember he made a Facebook post about it and like joking? He was like, last night I beat up a midget. Oh.
No, I don't remember that. Oh my gosh.
Because like I was like, all right, I'll let it go. And then I saw that post and I was like, I'm gonna fucking do something to this dude. I was so mad. I remember
so you were
mad.
Pissed.
You're the one who was like, calm down, Brock. Like, don't do anything stupid. So thank you for that. But,
yeah, no, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That was a. And then Maggie ended up dating him later.
No, it was Chloe that ended up dating him.
No, Maggie ended up dating him too.
What?
Yeah, they dated for a while. They, I think they were dating when his mom unfortunately passed away. But so she had a lot of that baggage that she had to deal with.
She's not getting a memoriam because I don't like Matt.
I don't blame you.
That was bad. I'm sorry.
Like, living with humor, making light of other people's issues. Apparently, that was
bad.
our own issues. But he dated both people from the friend group, so it was like sister hopping.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That happens.
Yeah.
But I just thought it was weird.
It does happen, huh?
Yeah. But no, I just remember thinking it was weird that like he was being creepy to Chloe while she was like pretty much passed out.
Yeah,
and
she
then,
was on
like,
the couch passed out.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then no more than like a month later they're dating. I'm just like, something doesn't make sense here.
Like, this dude's trying to cop a feel while you're passed out, and then you decide to date this man.
He's a smooth talker. Well, like Matt, he's a smooth talker, dude. Yeah, we hung out a little bit. We never did anything because I was like, no, I'm not.
Yeah,
but I think he tried to make out with me once when I was like super drunk, if I remember correctly. But like that was it, and like I was like, oh no.
It's like he's trying to make his way all the way around the horn, but like, got them all. Like, it's not Pokemon. You're not trying to collect them all.
Yeah,
exactly. He went to Maggie because he started dating Maggie after I had graduated high school. Yeah, so.
At least someone was looking out for you, Brock. Because like all I remember is I got the text message the next morning of it's just a picture of your head just covered in blood. I'm like, dude, what happened? Like you didn't invite me to one party.
Yeah. No, seriously, that was a moment when I was like, where the fuck is Ray or Brent? Like, where's Ray? I think I even asked, like, where's Ray?
Because Ray and I would have definitely protected you. Like, even though we're drunk idiots and we do tons of stupid stuff, like the minute anyone touches one of us in any regard that we don't like, we're the first two people to step in. Like, I don't care what I'm doing. I'm going to go handle business. It's like, I don't care if I get knocked out because, I mean, 5'9". I'm not going to do that much. But I'm still gonna go up and rally for you. Like, this isn't happening.
No, and I remember he was a big dude too. So like
he's big.
It's definitely not a fair fight on my end. Yeah.
So it's one of those. I just have to jump on his back, be like, "Go to sleep, go to sleep."
Yeah. 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 That was a
down to your
bad
level, and
night.
then he uses nuts as a speed bag.
Right, just fight dirty at that point. He's so big.
Oh, yeah.
Kick him real hard.
Yeah. No. But no, he definitely caught me off guard.
I mean, you are a black belt in karate, so it's like for you to be legitimately thrown through something and then just picked up that easily.
Yeah.
It's very sloppy.
Yeah.
It was just he did it with like no, like nothing, no issue at all. Like if I try to pick up Brock, I'd be like, ugh.
Yeah.
No, I have carried him when drunk, and he is very, very heavy.
Yeah.
It's like it's just because all the weight is just condensed into one area. It's not even that you're heavy. It's just everything is
so just
harder to get up.
Like a black
one area.
Yeah.
Ladies, go and find out on Brock's Tinder. You're welcome.
Catch Brock on OnlyFans.
Maybe one day.
Oh, here's something funny. My mom didn't know what OnlyFans was. She just knew it was like a subscription thing.
No.
And like, oh, you should do OnlyFans for your comedy. I'm like, Mom, do you know what OnlyFans is? No, it's porn, Mom. You just told me.
I mean, you could, porn. But you'd have to do it naked, you know?
Yeah, right. Just do the helicopter while telling jokes.
What this was. Oh my god. I don't know how I would have handled this. Like, that was my second mother. I'm just, I have so much respect for her, but like I know that she can't cook. That's the only thing I know she can't do.
Yeah.
Apparently, she's very innocent, so good for her. Like,
is your mom Italian, Brock?
No, she is French, English, and Russian.
Oh, it's that English, man. They can't cook.
Yeah. Yeah, no, she cannot cook to save her life. Love her to death, but
she's told me that story several times of how she's attempted to cook for your school bakery cook-off, and I was like,
yep,
no,
for a bake-off.
No, so what happened is I was in like first grade, and my mom volunteered to help in the class, and so like all the parents were there, and my teacher goes, "Okay, Janine, you're going to be in charge of the cooking station." And I immediately busted out laughing as a little kid and just embarrassed the shit out of her. And she's like, "Shut up." I was like, and so we get there and she had to make pumpkin cookies, like pumpkin shaped cookies and like pumpkin flavored. And she's sitting there reading the ingredients and she's like asking other parents what different stuff means and shit. And then we finally make them and the next day they come out and they're like just giant blobs on the pan. And so the next time she volunteered, my teacher's like, "Okay, Janine, I think we're going to have you in charge of a different station this week."
As politely as you can say, yeah, this is not your thing.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. She loves telling that story.
Don't disown me after these stories, Terrano family.
Oh, she's going to disown me after probably this episode, if not the last one. And if not either of those, definitely after next week's.
That's...
Yeah, next week we're doing
a...
He's just got like a doom clock for it.
Yeah,
it's like, all right, he's at...
Because because next week's episode is like bad dates and bad hookup stories, and so I have to air out all my dirty laundry about that, and then we got my friend who I'm really good friends with, Mika. She's coming on because she has a story. Like she and I never hooked up, but she has a story about being drunk. And she was reading text message. Well, I shouldn't spoil it before the episode, but she was there and can vouch that I was with somebody that was completely psycho.
I mean, the name of the episode is "They're Not All Winners." So it's like both of us will share stories that we're not uber proud of, and it's like, yeah, that happened, but moving along. Then,
yeah,
like we can make light of issues like that. So I was like, yeah, I only have a couple stories where I'm like, I don't know what I was doing there. Most of the time, it's like,
Yeah.
But, you know.
No, I'm really worried about the reverse interview part of that episode, to be honest.
I'm already nervous about the reverse interview process for this episode.
Yeah.
It's like we're at that portion. It's like I don't know what else we can add to Midget ceiling fans. So it's like this is the time where it's like now the hosts get to sit nervously waiting for the guests to destroy us.
Decide whether or not they want to test if their toaster's waterproof.
Because Justin, like, he spent the whole interview process talking to me, and I'm like, I was not expecting this. Everyone wants to talk to Brock. But without further ado, Sam, the reverse interview process. What do you want to ask us about, either pertaining to the stories that happened or just anything in general?
Okay, so how did you meet Mr. Unhinged, Brock? How did you meet David?
He's Mr. Unhinged?
No, David, the man who shot the hamster.
David. At TCC. Literally, like, so when I was at TCC, I never went to class, but I hung out at the smoke shelter, and we had like this little group that was like always there, and we would all hang out. And then one day David kind of shows up, and he seemed all right. Like, he was cool with everybody, and we were cool with him. Like, we knew he was a little off, but we never thought anything of it. And honestly, even till this episode, when we were talking about it, and we're kind of realizing it was probably him, never would have like guessed that.
We weren't good at back then.
Yeah. And and we just started kind of hanging out. I never really hung out with just him. He was on, like, that was the first time I hung out with him outside of TCC, was that night. And I
never saw him again hanging out.
Yeah, and then he kind of just disappeared.
It's like, I thought Shay was cool because he was the guy that raised wolves. I'm like, that's
awesome.
Shay was cool. Yeah, Shay was super cool.
Yeah, I like Shay a lot.
I was wondering why we never hung out with him again. But I was like, all right, it is what it is. Your friend, not mine. I can't just.
No, he moved. That's why.
Okay, that makes sense.
But yeah, he moved out to like Yakima or some shit.
Wasn't he? He was native, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's why we were one. Oh, that's my brother. Oh.
I was say like 90% of the people at that party, I was like hella cool with. I was like, me and Cade weren't all that cool for a long time because I never hung out with him. And then with David, I was like, something feels weird. But everyone else was like, these people I'd hang out with. So,
but you're right. I always knew something was off, but I never like expected him to. And I'm not saying he did it. We can't really know for sure for slander reasons. But
it's not been him.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. It's weird because he totally did just disappear after that night. Like,
I talked to him a couple times, and then he had me go over to a friend's house for a party, and it was weird and bad, no good. And then I never talked to him after that. I was like, I'm not.
Yeah. He was fucking weird.
Any other further questions?
What's it like living in California? I mean, compared to here, like.
It's super uber expensive. It's like buying a house here was definitely a struggle and a half because that was a nightmare.
Yeah.
Everything's stupid hot because like it's already like 80 degrees today and it's like 11 o'clock in the morning. Fire season is a thing. It just happens every year for about 4 or 5 months. California doesn't maintain shit. And then it catches fire, and they're shocked by it. So it's like,
are you guys still technically in a drought?
We've been in a drought for, I want to say, well over 10 years.
Yeah,
I thought so. I don't think they've ever gotten.
No, we've gotten more significant rain this year than we have in a long, long time, but it's still not a lot. Like, anytime it rains, I stand outside like a weirdo, and I'm like, this is great. Like, it makes me miss home.
Like a true Washingtonian.
Yeah.
Rain is
People
fantastic.
are walking around with umbrellas. You're just like a turkey with your head up.
It's like, and then I experienced warm rain when I lived in Georgia for that year. I thought that was the greatest thing.
I love
fantastic.
rain in the South. Rain
Yeah.
in the South is just like
because it's like perfect, hot, muggy, and then it just dumps rain for like no reason whatsoever, and then it's hot, muggy again, like nothing ever happened. You're just like,
and it like
Nice.
dumps. It like comes down and
Oh,
fat drops. Like it's not like a drizzle here. It's like it
Okay.
pours when it rains there. When it rains,
Oh,
it
I'm looking forward to
pours.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm moving to South Carolina in the fall, so I'm gonna
Nice.
experience that.
the South is definitely an interesting place to live, and it's like I met a lot of really cool people when I was out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I was working all the time, so it was like just all my coworkers because I had 3 jobs when I lived out there, so it's like I stayed busy, but good times, good times. California is a expensive state, and a lot of the people I've met here, I have interesting interactions with. It's like I don't have a overwhelming positive feeling about California. I think Washington is just California light. It's like you want the charge
Okay.
California
That makes
rates,
sense.
but like you don't have California's weather or beaches, so it doesn't make sense. It's like, good try, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like if we had like that weather up here, we'd be way nicer people.
Totally. I agree with that. I thought about moving to San Diego. That seems like a cool spot.
I've heard San Diego is absolutely beautiful. It's like I'm in NorCal, so it's like Northern California is very much like Eastern Washington. It's very, very right side leaning and very much up its own ass about its history. And it's like, dude, it's Northern California. There's not a lot of history here. You should really be proud of. Like, you should
Let's not be proud of the stuff that you guys did.
Yeah.
Like,
Look at all the
move away.
parts out here.
Yeah.
Like, my family's family was born and raised here. Dude, why do you have a southern accent? You're in Northern California.
Heritage. It's my heritage.
I'm born in this hole. I'll die in this hole. Bro, all right. You do you. It is what
Isn't
it is.
that the Jefferson area where they talk about becoming the state Jefferson?
Way too often. It's like, and it makes no sense. It's like they just basically want to get rid of San Francisco, which I mean, San Francisco is kind of a dump.
Just chop it off. Yeah, right there.
Because like Northern California is like we don't associate with them. We don't associate with Sacramento, although Sacramento is cool. Their bar scene is fantastic. I got very drunk in Sacramento's bar scene.
I've only been through.
Yeah, Sacramento's gorgeous, and then like there's nothing else out here other than Folsom, which is like Gig Harbor but hot. If that makes sense. It's like,
interesting.
So.
I like Santa Cruz. I did some time. Well, not time. I didn't do time in Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz County.
Santa Cruz is a great place to party.
I'm
Santa
sure.
Cruz is fantastic. And then there was Chico. Chico's another great place to party.
Chico's cool.
Chico's pretty cool.
I like Santa Monica too.
Santa Monica's what's up. I like people are so chill there.
Oh yeah,
they're super chill, but they're still like bougie. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah. No, it's a pretty cool area. My sister lived there for a few months. She loved it.
California is definitely an eclectic state. It's definitely not like the bruh surfer dude vibe that you get. Like Northern California, there's none of that. Anyone who does that up here, we're like, shut up, go away. We'll find you to move. It's like we don't associate with that.
Yeah.
It's like even weed is still controversial out here, even though it's legal.
Really?
People still have very strong emotions about it, and like I don't understand what it is. Like
there's literally a town in Northern California called Weed.
Yep, and they sell so much merch.
So
it's like good for them. I'm proud of them for what they're doing. It's like make your town money any way you can. It's not like.
Do they have any weed shops in Weed though?
I don't know.
I'm sure they do now that it's legal.
When I went through a couple of years ago, I think that we were trying to find a weed shop because we wanted to smoke a little bit. We were doing a traveling back up here from San Francisco, and I don't think they had one. I think we had to wait until we got back into Oregon.
Real and was weed legal in California yet? Or
it was legal. They had just opened their shops up maybe 5-6 months before we got there.
Oh, okay.
So
that's weird. You think they'd be on every corner there?
No, there's only one
like
in
Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like 30 minutes up the road, and it's like I only know that because people tell me these things. It's like as Brock knows, never.
He doesn't.
Never saw the purpose of it. But like I'm not the person to be like, oh, you should do that. And it's like. You do you. I don't care. Like,
it's just not your thing.
Yeah. Have you ever? Right? Have you ever smoked weed?
Nope. Never been interested.
Okay.
I've been offered
Nice.
several times, but I'm just that weird dude that looks like he smokes a lot, but has never touched anything. He's like, eh.
My boyfriend now, he doesn't smoke weed or I mean, granted, he does a job where he probably shouldn't be, but he's never smoked weed or anything. He's super like,
Yeah.
Some people are just like that, and I was like, it kind of is what it is. Like even I stopped drinking for the most part. It's like I'll have one beer like every 3 or 4 months now. Like that's it.
Nice.
It's like if you think working at a bar, you'd be more prone to drinking, but it's like I've seen so many people just absolutely slosh. You're just kind of like,
it's just sad.
It ruins it. It saddens the appeal of it to me.
Yeah.
I'm right there with you. I don't drink just because culturally it's like not a good thing, you know, like I need to be an example for like the youth that I know who are native. Like we can do this without, you don't need substances to live your life. You know, you can do things substance free. So I've really just been trying to like teach that to my nephews and like all of the like generations underneath me. Like we don't need this stuff. Like you can have a good life without it and everything. And so I have a back injury right now, so I've been partaking in a little bit of this, but I had stopped for a while, which was pretty impressive to me. Like, because you know, I used to burn tough.
Oh yeah.
And so like I stopped for a while, and I don't know, now I smoke every now and then if my back starts flaring up because I won't do the painkillers. But I just think, not drinking, it's I don't know, it's awesome.
The only time I've ever been high was I had to pass a kidney stone. That's the only time I've ever been high. And they were like, you're gonna feel something in 3, 2, and she only said 2, and next thing you know, this is great. Like I love you. You're fantastic. You're a great nurse.
But kidney stones, man, you gotta be
And then
that's awful.
Passed that son of a gun, and that was that. And it's like it need to cut back on dairy. Because Brock knows cheese and milk are like huge part of my diet.
Oh, mine too.
So like cutting back on that was a nightmare and a half. But
is that what causes kidney stones?
It was
dairy?
A buildup of dairy.
Yeah, bad fat
they gave me a little
tube
of what it was. They gave me the thing, and I'm like, I don't want this. And I'm fucking trashing it. It's like this thing caused me so much pain. It's like I just woke up one morning, just hunched over, like I couldn't walk. I was like, what the hell is this? Like, I have a decent pain tolerance, but I was done.
I got gallstones when I lived in Virginia, and I was working on the line, and all of a sudden I felt this like punch in my back almost, and there was like a pop, and I instantly like had to go to the bathroom, and it hurt so bad. I was like screaming in the bathroom, and I was like, I gotta go to the emergency room. They're like, yeah, we think you passed a gallstone. Like your gallbladder needs to be removed. So
Jesus,
I don't have a gallbladder anymore. But that was just awful. And like kidney stones for males hurt worse than they do for females, because your guys' urethras like this. Mine's like tiny.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a decent sized one. It was almost pebble sized. I'm like, don't want anything to do with this. I was like, I should have taken a photo, but I was so done with it. And then I was still pretty high on the way home. Like when I got picked up, I was just, everything's beautiful.
Yeah.
Life is great.
I was thinking about hospitals, man. They got the best drugs.
They really do.
Oh, and then they charge an arm and a leg for it.
Yeah, that's true.
That's very true.
Any other questions?
Gosh, no. I think that you've answered everything.
Awesome. Well, it's good to have you on. Yeah, sure. So it's great to have you on, Sam. Always good to talk to you again. Hope to hang out at a show or something soon.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and then Brent, you want to plug your other podcasts and all that?
First things first, check out Living with Humor. We're on Patreon, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. Most of our episodes will be dropping on YouTube. We'll be ripping all that audio to put out to any streaming service that you guys may be interested into. Spotify for sure will be one of the first ones that we are out on. I already reached out and got that done. And then on top of that, I'll be at Geek Variants, hanging out with Will and Tony, talking about all things geek, Marvel, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, DC, all that geeky stuff that Everyone knows I got in the background as lady prevention devices.
Some ladies.
Yeah. Some ladies do like it, but most part it's like, no, this will keep everyone at bay. But this has been Living with Humor. We had the lovely Sam on. Thank you for coming back and putting up with us, because I know dealing with us 10 years ago was questionable at best. I'm sure now it's still pretty much the same. Brock's still the same cool guy he was back then. So.
I'm
Brock,
a little better.
You got more shows in June you wanted to plug, Brock? Or
yeah, so June 22nd, excited to announce I will be at Nate Jackson's for the funniest motherfucker comedy competition. Winner gets $1,500, a road gig, and their own weekend at the club. So definitely come to that. You can check me out at Brock_Terrano on Instagram to get more info and buy your tickets, and hope to see you there.
All right, this has been Living with Humor. Thank you guys for checking out the show. We got more exciting stuff coming for you next Wednesday, which will be all about they're not all winners.
Yeah.
That's how it goes. Bye.